I'm John. I made a series breaking down the Raptors roster. We're going to go into each of these players, talk about their background, fit on the team, and what their individual goals are for this season. So if you're a Raptors fan, like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. We'll start out this breakdown with Dalano Banton. He's 22 years old, 6'9", 204 pounds. Last season, he averaged about 11 minutes a game, 2.0 assist-to-turnover ratio, and 41% from the field. Dalano's been a beast in past G League seasons for the Raptors, and he got quite a bit of run last year in the NBA. He did best while handling the rock. You see, he had that 2.0 assist-to-turnover ratio on good volume of 1.5 assists per game. He obviously rebounded it well for a point guard, seeing as he's 6'9", and he's not really a scoring threat yet, only 3.2 points a game, but if you take a deeper dive into his efficiency numbers, you're not too upset that he's not taking more shots. So Dalano's on this roster for his huge potential. He's only 22 years old, and 6'9" guards are hard to come by. Proving his scoring will do huge things for him, and he's a great fit on the Raptors. They love those 6'9" guys for their schemes, and the team asks everyone to play make a little bit, which Dalano can clearly do. He can maybe do even more than that too. He's also a switchable defender and from the greater Toronto area, so he's right at home here in Toronto. Now in terms of improvement for next season, I'd like to see the scoring be a little bit better. He should find mismatches on offense when the Raptors run those crazy schemes of 5'6'9" guys. And also eat in transition too. He's been really effective at that in the G League. Now the shooting is pretty concerning, 26% from three, 41% from the field, 56% from the free throw line. It's concerning that it's so bad. However, last year in his 7 G League games, he did shoot 51% from the field and 39% from three. So maybe it's in there somewhere. He's going to be looking for a contract after this season, and the scoring shooting ability is going to be a huge deal for that. Not only for his efficient point production, but also the more the defense respects your offense, the easier it's going to be for you to play make. Our next guard up here, the Mighty Mouse himself, Malachi Flynn. He's 24 years old now, 6'1", 175 pounds. Last season, he averaged 12.2 minutes a game, 1.6 assists, and the assist-to-turnover ratio was insane, 5.33. That's nuts. Now, the volume is low, but we'll get into is this sustainable, which we really expect. So minutes were tight last year. He played a similar number per game to Dalano Banton, but he only played in about 2/3 of the games. Now there is rumblings that Flynn wants a bigger role, and he showed great playmaking ability when he did play. Decent volume too. Now 2 seasons ago, he had a 3 assist-to-turnover ratio. Last season it was closer to 5, so I'm saying it's probably somewhere in that range if we had more volume of statistics there, between 3 and 5. He does struggle to score efficiently though. That's normally a staple of a small guard because you can't do things like defense due to lacking in size. Now, Flynn does have good hands, deflects, gets steals, but he is, at the end of the day, quite a small guard. This year for Flynn, I'd like to see him realize his full playmaking potential. Try and make your teammates better. That true assist-to-turnover ratio, like I mentioned, somewhere between 3 and 5 is extremely good. Focus on this part of your game, man. The Raps really lack an elite playmaker. Now also be professional and a team player. He dropped huge numbers in some Pro-Am games over the summer, but this misses the point. The Raps don't need scoring from Flynn. I mean, some better efficiency would be nice, but he needs to fit in as a playmaker and buy into the team concept to earn playing time from Nick Nurse. Also, stay out of the media criticizing the organization. Tell your parents to stop criticizing the organization. Now he's on the last 2 years of his contract. They're all team options. And he's really got to fill this void of elite playmaking, or at least show the most potential to get a bigger contract after this and for the Raptors to keep picking him up. He's really in competition though with a few guys here, Banton, VanVleet, and Dalano. They're all in competition to be that big playmaker that the Raptors need. Last guard up here, Freddie V. Fred VanVleet is 28 years old now, 6'1", 197 pounds, doing his best Kyle Lowry impression with that body type. Last season, he averaged 20.3 points a game on 40% from the floor and 38% from three. So the Raptors have rode Fred like a cheap horse. In the last 3 seasons, he's played over 35 minutes a game, and this has taken a toll of injuries. If you look back over the past 4 years, he's averaged under 60 games a season. Now, he used to play the shooting guard role when Kyle Lowry was in town, so the point guard is not a supernatural fit, but he's still solid enough. 6.7 assists per game on good efficiency of 2.6 assists per turnover. Now, he still looks for a shot more than making plays, and the offensive efficiency could be a little bit better. He's a bit of a shot chucker. That's how you get 40% from the floor, but 38% from three is awesome, especially for this Raptors team that really lacks in that department, 3-point shooting. On defense, he's short but strong, a great matchup for small guards and elite ones too, like Steph Curry. And he's got great hands, 1.7 steals a game, and he's a huge deflection guy too. So So there's a few things I want to see from the Raptors and Fred himself this season. The first one is reducing the load. So last season he was not 100% against the 76ers. He had to leave partway through the series because of injury, and that's because he just played too many regular season minutes. He had that nagging injury coming in, and that's a big reason why Maxey went crazy against the Raptors in that first round series. Fred just wasn't himself and couldn't move laterally to keep up with them. Now also the team depth is improving, so you don't have to carry quite as hard. Now keep in mind the Raps are a very positionless team. When I say Christian Koloko, this guy's the big center they've been looking for. Otto Porter, he's going to be shooting a lot of threes, so Fred's three ball won't be as much in demand. Banton and Flynn, they averaged about 10 minutes a game last season. Maybe one of them can get up to 15. That'll come right out of Fred's minutes. And you'll have Thaddeus Young for the full year, which will be huge. Now also the team's improving in general, so you won't need Fred to carry as hard. We've got one of the best development organizations in the league. See the Rico Hines runs. This means there's going to be less pressure on Fred. Think about these guys taking a step. OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., Scotty Barnes, Precious Achiuwa. Siakam always keeps improving. So I want to see Fred shift his focus from floor raising to ceiling raising. Play less minutes, but play them harder. Create the best shot for the team than creating Fred's best shot. Now, teammates being better means playmaking will be more valuable. And like I've been mentioning, the Raps really lack a super elite playmaker. I really hope Fred can fill that void. So VanVleet's going to be making 21.5 this year, 23 next year, but that's a player option. And we can opt out to get himself more after this year, but I think he's worth it only if he does some of these things I mentioned. Is he going to be raising the team's ceiling, either become a better playmaker or give up the rock a little bit more so you're more efficient? And I need to see huge improvement on the efficiency from the inside of the three-point line, get that up to maybe 45% field goal minimum. So all in all, the Raptors ball handlers leave a lot to be desired. Historically, Fred has been burdened carrying at this position. Last season, 38 minutes a game is definitely not sustainable. So Malachi and Banton are going to be fighting to take this burden off him. Banton, it's going to be about how well can you play make. Malachi, can you hold up on defense? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you tomorrow watching my shooting guard breakdown for the Raptors. See you there. Peace.